Hello, good evening. Hope everyone's well and enjoyed apparently the final day of hot weather for a while, or for this summer, which is a shame because I've been quite enjoying it. So tonight I wanted Movement Tips Tuesday, number three already. Feels like I've only just started, but that three is quite a big number. So I'm going to talk to you about the calf stretch today. The calf stretch is the most important exercise really to do regularly. If you can manage to do it several times throughout the day, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to help you a lot with sorting out any foot problems, starting to help mobilise your pelvis and your sacrum, sorting out back issues. And I've used it successfully for easing period pain, which is really helpful because I get quite bad aches at times. So why do we need to do the calf stretch? So we do a lot of sitting and a lot of wearing heeled shoes. I was having a look at my shoes, my first shoes, and they have got really hard soles and really quite high heels for a small person. And I was thinking I might do shoes next week because it's quite an interesting subject. So what happens when our calves get short and tightened? It can affect walking, it can affect your gait pattern because you can't easily allow your foot to roll into the natural gait pattern, and so you end up doing lots of mini whiplash effect on your neck, so it can affect right up into your neck and your head. It's also because the muscles in your body all sort of kind of interlink in some ways. A shortened calf will link into pulling your pelvis forward, pulling your pelvis forward into an anterior tilt. Yes. Sorry, I just happened to think that I check I'm giving you the right information. Yes, it will pull it forward into an anterior tilt, which can cause quite a few issues, birthing obviously, and with how your baby sits in your pelvis. And it will also impact on lumbar issues, so back problems, knee problems, ankle problems. So what seems like a fairly simple calf stretch is actually going to be really effective. And there are lots of different ways of calf stretching, and the one that I teach in classes is the one that emulates walking, and it also shows how tight your calves are. Your body's really good at compensating for over tight muscles, so you might not realise you've got tight calves until you start doing this exercise. So I'll show you how to do the calf stretch, and then while I'm doing it, I'll talk to you about how you can incorporate the calf stretch into your daily life. So let me just put it's a nice view. Okay, so I use a half dome. You can use quite easily a rolled up towel, or you can roll up your yoga mat and make a surface there. The idea is that you put your foot, the ball of your foot, onto the top of the half dome and your heel on the floor. You want to make sure that your feet are both pointing forwards as much as possible, and the foot that's not on the half dome, to start off with, just keep it further back, because what you're trying to find is how far forward you can bring your leg to have a stretch here in the calf, but not an excruciating stretch. So let's see.